A motion moved by the Honorable Member for Kankoyo that the thanks of this Assembly be recorded for the exposition of public policy contained in His Excellency the President's address, and the Honorable Member for Ron was about to second the motion. May the Honorable Member continue.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I want to sincerely thank you for giving me this opportunity to second the motion of thanks to His Excellency the President of the Republic of Zambia, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, on the motion that he delivered to this House on Friday, 13th September 2024. Madam Speaker, as I second the motion that has been ably moved by Honorable Atson Maweta, I also want to sincerely thank him for moving this motion. Madam Speaker, I will look at three issues that was raised by His Excellency as he addressed this House. And Madam Speaker, these are the economic transformation and job creation. I also look at water and sanitation. And lastly, Madam Speaker, I will try to look at constituency development fund. Madam Speaker, I will start with economic transformation and job creation. Madam Speaker, under agriculture, the President mentioned that during the 2024-25 agriculture season, the financing facility will increase to over 1.2 billion from 400 million in 2023 and 2024 to include a broader range of crops, livestock and agriculture. Madam Speaker, the President was magnanimous when he addressed this situation, and he also talked about the drought that hit the country due to El Nino conditions that has left the drought effect that has left a lot of devastation not only to agriculture but to so many sectors in the country. Madam Speaker, it's in this vein that I want to actually urge the government to target the vulnerable groups in our country, and these namely the youths, women and people with disabilities, in the implementation of interventions meant to promote resilience amongst stakeholder farmers amid climate change. Madam Speaker, for the successful implementation of the agriculture development policy, the government is called upon to employ agriculture, livestock and fisheries extension officers, which are in few numbers. Once this group of employees are employed, Madam Speaker, these are cardinal in ensuring increased agriculture production and productivity. Madam Speaker, I also want to look at the water and sanitation. Madam Speaker, the President also highlighted the following measures of this government to tackle this challenge, and that is to improving water resource management, such as the revision of the national water policy and accelerating the development of water supply infrastructure, and also promoting water harvesting and other climate smart technologies to improve water storage and supply. Madam Speaker, this is very important, especially water harvesting and also improving on the water storage facilities. Madam Speaker, I will still continue sounding like a broken record by always referring to what is happening in my constituency under the 28 shaft of the flooding water. The mine is holding close to 170 cubic liters of water, Madam, and if this water is harvested and harnessed properly, it can also help to address the situation that the President talked about. And I also want to urge the Minister of Water and Sanitation to take interest in this matter. Madam Speaker, to achieve this, it is essential for the UPND administration to deliberately invest in water infrastructure and support water harvesting techniques across all the 10 provinces in Zambia, including Ron constituency. Madam Speaker, the President also indicated the need to protect headwaters, water catchment areas, and water bodies from encroachment, deforestation, degradation, and pollution to ensure sustainable water resources. It is sad, Madam Speaker, today that especially the people who are responsible to allocating plots, today they are even allocating plots in the water bodies such as the aquifer areas. Madam Speaker, we want to welcome the pronouncement, but need for a multi-sectoral approach to tackle the high poverty levels which are being exacerbated by climate change, leading to illegal activities such as charcoal burning, timber harvesting, illegal fishing and farming in Dambo areas, thereby seriously threatening these important water resources. Madam Speaker, need for the ministers responsible for water development, green economy and environment, agriculture, fisheries and livestock to work together to resolve these issues. These three ministers, Madam Speaker, must work in a multi-sectoral approach. Madam Speaker, about Constituency Development Fund, the President was also magnanimous in stating that CDF is a game changer indeed, addressing urgent local needs such as improved infrastructure, better education and healthcare facilities, and most importantly, the expansion of education opportunities through the bursaries. Madam Speaker, so many students have gone to school, and this is indeed a game changer. In my constituency, already seen positive impact of the CTF in the construction of classroom blocks and the improvement of feeder roads, providing greater access to schools and markets. Madam Speaker, my appeal to His Excellency and his administration is to expeditiously address challenges which have arisen in the implementation of CDF. Despite the launch of the revised guidelines for managing the expanded scope of CDF, challenges, Madam Speaker, still remains, and some of these are as follows. Bureaucratic delays at project approval stage and in processing funds. Madam Speaker, also corruption arising from procurement processes is quite rampant, and inadequate capacity of key stakeholders who seek to plan and budget for CDF projects. Madam Speaker, I hope that these issues will be addressed so that the increased CDF can be a success and adequately uplift the lives of our people and bring about the envisaged local community development. Madam Speaker, as I conclude, Madam Speaker, let me join the President in urging the nation to harness the power of our national unity, collaboration and determination in order to achieve our country's development aspirations. This is very important, Madam Speaker. Without unity, there can never be these aspirations that the country has set. Madam Speaker, with these few words, I beg to second.
Thank you. Any further debate? Honorable Mufarali.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker, for giving me an opportunity to say a few words on the presidential speech and address to the nation. Madam Speaker, I would want to speak on a few things that the President mentioned, starting with corruption and going further to the economy, how it's performing, and further on how he wants to ensure that this country remains united. In no particular order, Madam Speaker, I would want to say that indeed corruption is cancer to this country, and it being cancer, I think we need to ensure that we put together our efforts as a country to fight this scourge and ensure that our people get the benefits of the absence of corruption in governance, corruption in any institution. And he went further to say there will be no sacred cows. Whether someone does corruption in the past or did corruption in the past, is doing corruption now and into the future, it will all apply, and the law will be equal to all the people that are involved or that are given an opportunity to manage the resources of our people. And I want to agree with the President when he says it should be unity of purpose for all of us to ensure that corruption is fought and is eradicated. That's how our people are going to benefit, and it's for this reason that I wanted to emphasize a point on corruption. Further, Madam Speaker, I want to agree with the President when he came to the House and said unity is of importance. This is one of the speeches that I've listened from the President as he emphasized unity amongst the members of the House and even unity in this country. He was very emphatic, and it's desirable for all of us to be united. A house that is divided will always fall. And if we are not going to be united and ensure that we fight a common goal, then we are going nowhere. Madam Speaker, Madam Speaker, further, Madam Speaker, I want to say that further, Madam Speaker, I want to say that the President means well when he is calling on all of us to be united and ensure that this country moves forward. Failure to which the country can't move forward if you are not united. Further, Madam Speaker, I want to say that so far, if I may I'll be allowed to speak a few sectors that I think have shown great importance and improvement in his leadership. Madam Speaker, when it comes to mining, I think so far the President of this Republic, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, has really performed very well in ensuring that the mines have been revived. Madam Speaker, the mines and the confidence that have been shown to this country by the mines investing heavily and ensuring that greenfields are created clearly indicates the confidence the business people out there, the investors out there, and the country at large have in President Hakainde Hichilema. So far, he has done very well in terms of ensuring that the mines are up and running. Instead of spending time in court, he wants, and he continues to say this, that look, we are not going to spend time in court. We cannot mine in court. We need to resolve outstanding issues, and those issues, once they are resolved, then we will be able to move forward. And he has lived to that expectation. He has lived to his word by ensuring that the mines are up and running. KCM, as we are talking, is operational and is running. Mopani Copper Mine, MCM, is running and is operational. That clearly indicates that there is something that is being done. Contrary to the naysayers and doomsayers, what is happening right now is unprecedented. The employment of teachers, the employment of doctors, nurses, all these other sectors that had shrunk to a level of failing to get employment. Today, these are getting their jobs. Teachers are getting their jobs. Nurses are getting their jobs. Soldiers to defend the country. And many other men in uniform are getting this opportunity to save their country. It's not out of nothing. It's because someone is putting up a concerted effort in the name of the President of this Republic, in the name of the party, the New Dawn UPND government, putting everything together and ensuring that we have an organized country, which we have today. The confidence that had gone away from this country, the defaults that came in 2020, speak to the confidence that people had, that was going out or that had wind. But today, as we sit, confidence is being built. Direct foreign investments are coming in billions. And that's a clear indication of a leadership that we're all looking forward to. Because it's this leadership that has reset, that has, actually in his words, he has rejigged the economy of this country, to rejig. You know, he has rejigged the economy. So meaning he has reset it, to rebuild it, and it has been reconstructed for the benefit of our people. This has not come out of nothing. This has come out of planning. This has come out of strong culture of prudency. This has come out because someone is credible enough to manage the resources of this country and ensure that the benefits are through to our people. Further, Madam Speaker, this economy will continue growing. Much as we have these challenges, climatic changes that are happening right now, I think it's not dark. It's not. It's dark before dawn, because all things being equal, this economy will definitely improve, and our people who are having shortages of energy, our people that are having shortages of food, I think in his words he has said no one will go hungry, and our people out there must know that he means business when he says no one will go hungry, because all the mitigation measures have been put in place to ensure that food is provided for our people to eat. Food is provided for our people to use in many areas, including not limited to but including water supply will all be there for all of our people to ensure that they have what is required. Madam Speaker, I want to thank you for giving me an opportunity to speak to the speech of the President and his address to the nation. I am really grateful. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Any further debate? Honorable members, this debate on the motion continues tomorrow. Can we please prepare ourselves so that we utilize the remaining days that we have? Her Honor the Vice President, adjournment.
Madam Speaker, I beg to move that the House do now adjourn.
The question is that the House do now adjourn. Any debate? Any objection? The question is agreed to. The House is now adjourned.
On the floor of the House, today is Tuesday, 17th September 2024. Madam Speaker did make two announcements. In the first one, she did recognize the presence in the public gallery of pupils and teachers from New Avenue Academy in Lusaka district. On behalf of the National Assembly of Zambia, she warmly welcomed the visitors.
In the second announcement, Madam Speaker did recognize the presence in the public gallery of students from the University of Zambia Civic Association, Civic Education Association in Lusaka, and on behalf of the National Assembly, Madam Speaker did warmly welcome the visitors to the National Assembly.
Thereafter, Her Honor the Vice President did make a business statement for the period 17th to 27th September 2024. And so we'll go through some of the business that is expected to take place from today and until next week on the 27th of September. There's going to be a private member's motion by Mr. M. Sube, and the subject matter is to establish a poverty decent line. Consideration of this motion will be on the 25th of September 2024. And then we do expect some government bills to be considered at second reading stage. These are the Health Professions Bill, National Assembly Bill number 11 of 2024. The date for consideration of these bills will actually be determined a little while later. The other bill that is under consideration in the next coming 2 weeks is the National Health Research and Training Institute Bill, National Assembly Bill number 13 of 2024. We also have the Zambia Medicines and Medical Supplies Agency Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 14 of 2024, and the Zambia Public Health Institute Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 15 of 2024. All these are coming up at a second reading stage. And do you still want to talk about business that is going to be considered in the next 2 weeks, John?
We also expect reports of international conferences. The reports on the international conferences will be presented if there will be any. That's just what I wanted to add.
All right, and we do expect Honor the Vice President to move a motion to suspend relevant standing orders to enable the House to sit in the afternoon on Friday, that's the 27th of September 2024, to enable the Minister of Finance and National Planning to present the budget speech. The motion will further seek to suspend Standing Order 27 to enable the House to adjourn at 20:30 hours on Thursday, 26th September 2024, and this is in order to give ample time to ministers to debate the motion of thanks to the President's address before it is wound up. So that's some of the business that is expected to be considered on the floor of the House in the next 2 weeks up to the 27th of September. Of course, we did see the Minister of Green Economy and Environment deliver ministerial statement on the 2024-2025 rainy season forecast.
Yes, indeed. So the minister did say that investing in strengthening meteorological services and early warning systems can be a strategic decision with significant benefits by expanding and modernizing the hydrometeorological observation network. He added that government can enhance the ability to produce accurate, reliable and timely early warning information, which enhances the response early warning information.
And so the minister did give the 2024-2025 season rainfall forecast as follows. The current neutral phase of the El Nino Southern Oscillation is projected to transition to a weaker La Nina phase during the 2024-2025 rainfall season, and the weak La Nina characterized by normal sea surface temperatures in the tropical eastern Pacific Ocean is expected to primarily influence Zambia's rainfall pattern during the season. So consequently, the 2024-2025 rainy season is likely to exhibit the following characteristics. That's normal rainfall over most parts of Zambia, with episodes of heavy rainfall and flooding in flood-prone areas, and normal to below normal rainfall in northeastern parts of the country.
And the onset of rains is expected in October over Western Province, northern parts of Luapula and the northwestern provinces. The start of the season for places of Central Copperbelt, Lusaka and the southern provinces, including the southern parts of Muchinga and the northern province, is likely to be the end of November 2024. So delayed onset of rains, the minister did say that it is likely over the extreme northeastern parts, including Luangwa, Chirundu, Gwembe and the Sinazongwe districts. These areas may start receiving rains by mid-December 2024.
The minister did say that cessation of rains is likely in March 2025 over the southern half, and by the end of April over eastern, including the northern parts of Luapula and northern provinces. That's next year. And he did give a detailed forecast and key rainfall patterns for October, November and December. He did say that most of the country is likely to receive normal to above normal rainfall. However, the northern districts of eastern, Muchinga, northern and Luapula provinces may experience normal to below normal rainfall during this period. And so in conclusion, the minister did say that he actually did implore on members of parliament to be the ambassadors and messengers of this focus to their constituents to ensure that the nation is prepared and take up opportunities that will come with the good rains, and also prepared for adverse impacts that may arise during the season. So that's just a brief of the ministerial statement that was delivered by the Minister of Green Economy and Environment on the 2024-2025 rainy season forecast. And after that, the House went on to consider some questions for oral answer under Standing Order number 80.
Yes, so some questions under Standing Order 80, questions of ordinary nature were considered and others were withdrawn. So the first question came from Ms. Given Katuta, Chiengi constituency member of parliament, who did direct her question to the Minister of Agriculture. She wanted to find out in three parts. In A, when the construction of the Mununga Food Reserve Agency silos in Chiengi district will resume, and in B, what the cause of the delay in completing the project is, and C, what the time frame for the completion of the project is. So in answering, the minister did state that currently there is no construction over the Mununga Food Reserve Agency silos taking place.
Question 3 did come from Mr. Emmanuel Banda of Muchinga. He did ask the Minister of Infrastructure, Housing and Urban Development whether the government has any plans to upgrade Ndavala Chivale Road in Serenje district to bituminous standard, and the minister did say that government has plans to actually upgrade Ndavala Chivale Road in Serenje district, and the member of parliament for Muchinga wanted to find out when these plans will be implemented, and in response the minister did say that the plans will be implemented once government gets resources from the treasury. So we must mention here that question 2, which was supposed to come from Mr. Ndaleki of Katombora, was withdrawn by the member of parliament. Question 4, which was supposed to come from Ms. Munashabantu of Mapatizia, lapsed because at the time that this question did come up for consideration, the Member of Parliament was not in the House. And lastly, question 5, which was supposed to come from Kamfinsa lawmaker, Mr. Kangombe, did have his question, withdrawn. And so two questions actually were considered on the floor of the House out of the 5 under Standing Order number 80.
Yes, after that, the House did consider the motion which was moved by Kankoyo, Member of Parliament, Mr. Hedson Maveta, that the thanks of the Assembly be recorded for the exposition of public policy contained in the President's address. And this particular motion was seconded by Mr. Chivuye Joseph, who happens to be Rona Member of Parliament. And debating this, we saw Mr. Likando Mufalali, nominated Member of Parliament. He did add his voice before the House adjourned.
So we do expect a debate on this motion of thanks of this Assembly be recorded for the exposition of public policy contained in the President's address to continue tomorrow as the House resumes sitting at 14:30 hours. And so that's it. That's all the time that we had for you today. Would like to thank you for tuning into Parliament Television as usual, and do enjoy our broadcasts from all of us. It's bye-bye and good afternoon.
You don't need to suffer from load shedding anymore. Livoltech is here to save the day. Imagine this. You're in the middle of an important task and boom, power cut. Frustrating, right? Well, not anymore. Introducing Livoltech, your go-to for advanced energy storage solutions. With Livoltech, you can store electricity and use it whenever you need it. Homes, schools, businesses,